All right, today we're tackling a book that has a serious reputation for being, well, a total downer. Ecclesiastes. I mean, let's be honest, for a lot of people, the answer's a big yes. You hear that famous line, vanity of vanities, all is vanity, and you pretty much just shut the book thinking, okay, got it. Life is meaningless. Thanks for that. But what if that's a massive misunderstanding? What if the book's real point, and this is based on some great analysis by scholar Dr. Fuhr, is actually a powerful repeated command to find and embrace joy, right here and right now? Okay, let's dive into this.
So this whole idea of enjoying your life, it isn't just some minor detail tucked away in a corner. No, it's actually presented as the main conclusion to all the heavy, difficult problems that the author, who goes by the name Kohelet, sees all around him.
To really get a handle on this kind of radical call to joy, we first have to understand the core problem the book is wrestling with. And that problem is perfectly summed up in one single Hebrew word, hevel. So hevel literally means something like vapor or breath. You can think of it as the unavoidable heaviness of life. It's that feeling that everything is temporary, unpredictable, and a lot of the time just deeply unfair. In Kohelet, he doesn't shy away from this at all. He confronts it head on.
He gives some really concrete examples. He points out the sheer frustration of working your whole life, using all your skill and wisdom, only to have to leave everything you've built to someone who didn't lift a finger for it. That feeling? He says, yep, that's hevel.
He's also really troubled by injustice. He looks around and sees good people suffering while wicked people are prospering. And that kind of moral absurdity, that's hevel too.
And right here, this is the crucial pivot. The book doesn't say that joy is found by somehow escaping all the hevel of life. Instead, it argues that joy is the proper, the wise response from within it. And this is not just a one-time comment that you could easily miss. Oh no. Kohelet deliberately hammers this theme of enjoyment home throughout the entire book. It's pretty much impossible to ignore.
7 different times, Kohelet hits this same note, a specific call to eat, to drink, and to find satisfaction in the life and work that God has given you. When you see a pattern that consistent, you know it's not just wishful thinking. It is a central pillar of his whole argument. And what's really fascinating is that this theme doesn't just stay flat. As Kohelet builds his case, his conviction about enjoying life actually gets stronger and more urgent. It builds from just a simple observation all the way up to a direct command.
You can actually watch it happen. He starts off just observing, a man can do nothing better than to. Then it's like a light bulb goes off and he realizes, okay, I see now that it is good and proper. From there, he starts actively recommending it to people. So I commend the enjoyment of life. And finally, he makes it an absolute imperative, a direct command. Go eat your food with gladness.
Okay, so here's a really crucial point. This is not a free pass for a reckless, party-all-the-time lifestyle. Not at all. Kohelet is presenting a deeply balanced wisdom, what Dr. Fuhr calls a two-sided wisdom coin.
And this is a perfect way to picture it. On one side of the coin, you have the command to enjoy life's simple gifts, to accept your portion, to live fully in the present. But on the other side, you have the instruction to fear God, which isn't about being terrified, it's about having a sober awareness that you are accountable for your choices. True wisdom, he argues, is holding both of these in perfect tension.
A key to understanding this is another Hebrew word, halak. This means your allotment, or your portion, but it's not meant in a tough luck, that's your lot in life kind of way. Kohelet totally reframes it as a grace-filled gift from God. Your halak is the specific opportunity for joy that has been given to you.
So you see, this is so far from being a book of despair. Ecclesiastes actually redefines what wisdom is. It's the ability to see and to savor the simple God-given pleasures of today. Your food, your relationships, your work, even when, and maybe especially when, life feels heavy and full of hevel.
And that brings this ancient wisdom crashing right into our 21st century lives. It leaves us with a really simple but profound question. In the midst of all the frustration, the uncertainty, the hevel of your own life, what is the good gift? What is the chelek that you have the opportunity to enjoy right now?